I think, sorry, go ahead. Sorry, what workout regimen do you do?
Workout off season, train 5 days a week, one training session a day. On season, 2 to 3 times a week, 5 to 6 times a week. And I listen to my body. If I start feeling like I'm getting burnt out, I take a day off. So,
Like, I mean, including weight training and everything?
I cross-train from weight training, sprints, to wrestling, boxing, I mean, the whole 9 yards.
What does your diet look like? Did you have to cut much weight for a fight?
I cut about 10 pounds, walk around with about 194, and I like to get down to about 183. That's where I feel like the best at, 183.
Has the UFC talked to you about fighting Anderson Silva?
I'm not sure if you watched the last couple of UFC. I cornered one guy in one BJ pin.
Yeah.
He stuck me right next to BJ's mom. He's talked to me on like the download because I do have a 2-year or 4-fight contract left with Strikeforce. But my promoter is willing to be like, hey, you know, Gracie went into the UFC, fought Matt Hughes. We're willing to do that too. But now is Dana willing to do that? Dana wants a first when I sat down with Dana, he goes, I want you to fight. I want you to sign a 6-fight deal. Like, can't do that. I got 4 fights with Strikeforce. So. Then now it's down to 3. So we're at the 3 mark, and we'll see where it goes. And yeah, you know, of course, Anderson Silva is pound for pound ranked #1. But what I see is, all 4 of his losses are all by Asians. I'm not saying, you know, because I'm Asian, I'm going to beat him. He's beating a lot of Asians, but what I do watch is those Asians are not scared of him, so they will come in and they'll engage the fight. Now, everyone in the UFC who's fighting him, they're fighting scared. You know, I mean, I'm going to go in there. I'm either going to win or I'm going to lose. How am I going to win or how am I going to lose? And when I walk out, I want to be able to carry my head high, because if I happen to lose, I gave it my all. If I happen to win, I'm going to be not walking out the cage, but I'll be jumping out the cage. And it's like I have nothing to lose. What can they say? Well, you know, Anderson Silva's favorite to win. I got nothing to lose. Everyone's expecting me to lose, so you never know. Spinning back kick, you know, wheel kick, back fist. What I showed today might land and shift the momentum of the fight. Anything can happen. And that's what you guys got to do. You go in a fight. Look at Forrest. He went in there and everyone expecting Shogun to dominate him. Look what happened. Because he engaged the fight. Look what he did against Rampage. I hang out with Rampage. He's one of those guys that are naturally gifted, naturally strong. And he can drink. I mean, I had he bought me 1 drink. I was like falling off my seat. He had like 14 drinks and he was normal. 14 like Jack Daniels and Coke. He was drinking it like soda. And he was like, hey, Cung, you okay? Yeah, I'm all right. And then Forrest went in there. Forrest took the fight from him because Forrest wasn't scared. You know.
You don't think it was due to his Rampage's knee at all?
The leg kick. It wasn't Rampage stepped wrong and oh, my knee. Forrest executed a kick, hurt Rampage's knee. The momentum of the fight shifted to Forrest, just like Anderson Silva. You know, might run into a back kick, spinning back fist, and that could be it. I'll tell you right now, against Frank Shamrock, I had elbow surgery again. Too much jiu-jitsu. I don't like to tap. I got caught in an arm bar. Next thing I'm like, oh, hey, okay, tap. I couldn't tap because it was already arm and my other arm was stuck in between his leg trying to fight it. So I said tap it, you know, some bone spur, and then after my 5th fight against Sam Morgan, I said, hey, I'm not going to have my insurance pay for it. My elbow kind of hurts, so the promoter, his insurance took care of it, and what I heard was Frank was going to fight Henzo. So instead, I said I'm going to get off, surgery, and let it heal. It was only supposed to be a half-hour procedure. When I was done, I woke up, I'm like, man, I've been, under the knife a few times, and why do I feel this way? He said, well, we had to go in, we had to put you out for an hour and a half because there was a bone spur sticking into your ulnar nerve. So we moved your ulnar nerve over, and then we sealed it back up, cleaned it up. I'm like, holy, excuse my big knee, but holy shit. And then next thing I know, a week later, Frank wants to fight me because Henzo doesn't want to fight him. I'm like, I wonder who told him that I had surgery. So I had like about 3.5 months. And I already knew that I got the audition, and I landed the part for martial law and Tekken. And I was like, well, shit. Okay, I believe Tekken was going to be filming, and I'll still have 2 months left to film Tekken. And at least, what I did is I worked around my injury. I just cardio, one hand punch, all kicks, and then hopefully the elbow would heal on time. And then it started getting better, but I get jammed up a little bit. And then finally, I had 1 month left before Frank Shamrock, and I haven't been able to spar at 100% because of my elbow. So I left for a week. I was feeling a little burnt out from training. I left for a week, and on set, last day of the shoot, the guy who plays Jim throws a punch. I sell the punch, opens me up 21 stitches. So I go back home, and showtimes come, and they film my interview. They film me training. I'm not sure if you guys got a chance to watch that on the internet with Goldberg.
Yeah.
I had some stitches going on. That was from Tekken, and so I had like 4 weeks left to train for Frank. Then I had to wear this big old cage to spar, right? So I couldn't see any kicks coming, so I was getting caught with kicks. I was training, but you know what? I went in there. I was at 100%. I said, so what? I'm just going to engage in this fight, and I got nothing to lose. Frank's favorite to win, 4-1 odds on Bulldog. I went in there, I beat him. And I was in at 100 because I had elbow and I had stitches recovering, and I didn't have enough. I usually have about 200 to 300 rounds of sparring before the fight. I probably had 50 rounds of sparring. So I went in there and I engaged and I won. And that's what I believe. If you guys go in there and you engage, you got nothing to lose. And after the fight, win or lose, you're like, shit, I did my best. Instead of like, some people go in there and they, bitch out and get beat like James Irvin. Get hit once and rolls over and, gives up.